Assalamu alaikum students. As we are discussing about the periodicity of the property and our next property is shielding effect. The electrons present in the inner shells screen or shield the force of attraction of nucleus felt by the valence shell electron, which means nucleus having some nuclear charge that is felt by the outermost electrons, which is also called as valence electrons. This nuclear charge of the nucleus felt by the outermost shell is reduces because of the presence of the electrons between the nucleus and the valence shell. Here you can see the electrons that are present between the nucleus and the outermost shell electrons repelling the electron that is present in the outermost shell. Due to this repulsion, the outermost electron feels less nuclear charge. This is called as shielding effect. The inner electrons, those electrons which are present between the nucleus and the outermost shell, reduces the attraction of nucleus and the outermost electrons. So these inner electrons screen or shield the attraction. This is called as shielding effect. Here you can see the nucleus having positive charge and the electrons that are present in outermost shell feel attraction towards the nucleus due to their negative charge. But the electrons that are present in the middle reduces this force of attraction and repelling the electrons that those are present in the outermost shell. Because the electrons having negative charge, so same charges repel each other, and opposite charges like nucleus having positive charge and electrons having negative charge attracts each other. So these electrons, those are in the middle, reduce this force of attraction between outermost shell and nucleus of the atom. This is called as shielding effect by the inner electrons. This is the trend of the shielding effect in period and group. Shielding effect remains same along the period and shielding effect decreases down the group. Why this happens? Because in a same period, the number of shells remains same. For example, if you take the atom of sodium, you will observe that sodium atom having 3 shells. Magnesium atom also having 3 shells. Aluminium having 3 shells. Silicon having 3 shells. In the same way, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon having 3 shells. So, in a series, elements having same number of shells between nucleus and the outermost shell. That's why the shielding effect is same. Only the number of electrons are increasing in the outermost shell, in the valence shell. So number of electrons are increasing, but there is no increase in the inner shell electrons. That's why shielding effect, the screening effect, the reduction of attraction between nucleus and outermost shell remains same. On the other side, if you see along the down the group, you will observe that The number of shells are increasing. Hydrogen having 1 shell, lithium having 2 shells, sodium having 3 shells, potassium having 4 shells. So down the group, number of shells are increasing. If the number of shells are increasing, which means the number of electrons are also increasing. So due to this, the attraction between the nucleus and the outermost shell will reduces. That's why down the group, shielding effect increases. Shielding effect is basically shield the force of attraction between outermost shell electrons and nucleus. There is effective nuclear charge on nucleus. That nuclear charge, that nuclear attraction for the outermost electron reduces when the inner electrons are increasing down the group. So that's why we can say down the group, shielding effect is increased because of the increase of the number of shells. Here you can see the whole periodic table. Down the group, atomic numbers are increasing and the number of shells are increasing. That's why shielding effect increases. Along the period, number of electrons are atomic numbers are increasing, number of electrons are increasing. 3, 4, 5, boron having atomic number 5, carbon having 6, nitrogen having 7, oxygen having 8 atomic number, fluorine having 9, neon having 10. Number of atomic numbers are increasing, but there is no increase in number of shells. All these elements having only 2 shells. So no increase in number of shells, then shielding effect remains same. But down the group, number of shells are increasing as well as the number of electrons are increasing. So that's why shielding effect increases down the group. Attraction force, the nuclear charge that is felt by the outermost electrons reduces. Nuclear charge increases adding electrons. If the electrons are increases, nuclear charge increases. As we know, in a period, number of protons are increasing, atomic numbers are increasing, so the nuclear charge increases. But shielding effect remains same because of the same number of shells. There is no increase in the number of shells. Down the group, nuclear charge increases because number of protons are increasing, atomic numbers are increasing, as well as shielding effect increases because more number of shells are there. This is all about shielding effect.